YouTube pranks that have gone too far. First of all, we're going to talk about a British example that went too far. Then we'll talk about an American one that ended fatal.
I met these two Viners a couple of weeks ago and I've arranged to meet them to talk about filming a video with them. Kobe is in on the prank and Sam is getting pranked. Let's see how he reacts to his best friend of 5 years being
Sam Pepper had a decent enough reputation on YouTube before he decided to take a prank too far. Like he just said, he was setting up a guy to watch his friend's life being taken in front of him, just too far. So the guy getting out of the car now is Colby, and he is in on a prank. To do the prank on the guy who's getting out of the car right now, they need to set him up. So they create a car scene where there's some sort of problem, then look in it so the kidnapper can come in and kidnap them and put them in the car. But obviously, because he's covered up, he can't see where his friend is at this point. So the guy that's getting pranked obviously thinks his friend's having the same fate and getting tied up and put in the back of this car. As if getting put in the boot of a car and driven off isn't traumatic enough, it gets worse. Sam Pepper creates a scene where it looks like they both got kidnapped in that situation in downtown LA. And then what he's going to do is pretend to take the life of the friend and make the other one who's getting pranked watch.
We're just kids from Kansas. You got the wrong guy. No, he's everything I have.
Although this is not real, of course you can tell by his reaction, this is a traumatic experience to put anyone through. Watching their best friend of 5 years' life being taken in front of them, they call it a prank, but this had gone way too far and got a lot of backlash for each channel.
Okay guys, it's a couple of days later and we decided to film this outro now whilst we're all back in a safe zone.
We're good though, that was crazy. Props to you guys, that was actually insane.
YouTube said it won't be removing a video in which vlogger Sam Pepper appears to trick a man into believing his friend had been killed. The 5-minute clip shows Viner Sam being kidnapped before watching his friend Colby shot dead while he's watching. It caused backlash on Twitter with people labeling the stunt cruel and disgusting. YouTube says it doesn't break any of its community guidelines and means the video would stay on the site, with an article published not long after. Some people had demanded the video to be taken down and a petition had started calling for YouTube to deactivate Sam Pepper's channel. I am disgusted by the actions of Sam Pepper. His video was cruel, dangerous and morally wrong. He is a disgrace to our YouTube community. That boy Sam Pepper prank could well have PTSD now after experiencing something so traumatic. At YouTube, please do something about Sam Pepper because I'm actually sick to my stomach and that should not have been allowed on the internet. Sam Pepper's prank is sick and twisted. You don't just pretend to kill someone's best friend and call it a prank. Absolutely disgusting. Sam Pepper not long after come out of some sort of apology video, said his pranks were fake and it was a social experiment as well, and the internet wasn't having it still. Not long after, he removed the video. Sam Pepper now makes content for TikTok and doesn't really come on a platform YouTube at all unless he's uploading his TikToks themselves. The YouTube community, he doesn't really have that same stance in it. A lot of his videos get a lot of dislikes now.
It's a prank gone wrong. A man shot someone during what police are calling a fake robbery. They say it was all for YouTube video. News 2's Chelsea Vinefor is in studio. Chelsea, tell us what happened.
Yeah, Elizabeth, this bizarre story went down outside Urban Air, which was still open and filled with tons of families when the shots rang out in the parking lot.
That's a really bad idea. Like, who would do that?
What started out as a prank in the parking lot of Urban Air Trampoline Park in Hermitage turned out to be not so funny.
Timothy Wilkes, a 20-year-old's life was taken after allegedly taking part in a prank. A robbery prank being filmed for a YouTube video. Witness told the police that Timothy and a friend approached a group of people outside a family trampoline park in Nashville holding a large knife. He was then shot by a 23-year-old who told the police he had no idea it had been a prank and had been acting in self-defense. And no one had been arrested over the death, as it was self-defense. Several families have been inside the Urban Air Trampoline Adventure Park, which describes itself as a kid-friendly and family-run at the time of the shooting at 9:20. Robbery prank videos are common on YouTube. They do crazy numbers, and a lot of people even go to the extent of getting fake firearms to try and trick people and scare them, but sometimes people just have that instinctive reflex to then defend themselves in a moment, and this time that's exactly what happened, and this incident ended up being fatal. It had been reported on the night of Friday, February the 5th, the YouTuber Timothy Wilkes and a friend approached a group of people outside a shopping centre with an urban air trampoline park. Wilkes and a friend were brandishing their butcher knives at the time in hopes of drawing out a more horrified reaction for the video that was being recorded. The tactic apparently worked too well, as one of the crime victims pulled out a handgun and shot Wilkes, who died of wounds in the same parking lot. According to reports, the shooter in this incident was 23-year-old Daniel Jr., who stayed on the scene after and gave the police a statement. And admitted to the shooting. He claims he was not aware of what was going on and it was a prank and it was self-defense when he pulled his weapon out and discharged it.
Fake. Now, one of the things that local lawyers are saying is that Mr. Starnes was well within his rights, even if it was a YouTube prank gone wrong, with him having no knowledge of it. It had the appearance and essentially was an attempted robbery. And the stand your ground law in Tennessee, self-defense, should protect him all day. And that's one of the major reasons why no arrests have been made in this case.
I'm sure that the people involved in this would like to characterize it as a prank, but it certainly seems to be a prank that went seriously awry.
And although, of course, prank videos are still extremely popular on YouTube, protections were put in place in 2019 that makes it much harder to get the type of content such as what Timothy Wilkes and his friend are purported to have tried to do, even being put on the platform. As of this upload, there's been no official statement by the businesses that were impacted. We still don't know if the friend is going to face any charges. As of now, police have not said anything on that matter. All we can do is let them do their job and wait.
There's been tons of videos made on YouTube and even articles with this guy as the face of this story, but it is not him. Other rumours on YouTube are just random pictures and clips of CCTV that had nothing to do with this incident at all. Rest in peace to Timothy, and hopefully we don't see no more prank stars take it to this level trying to do robberies, because people can react like that, especially in America where they have certain things on them where they can just take your life in a second. If you guys want to see a part 2 and make another British prank gone wrong and also a US, I can do that. Let's get this to 2,000 likes if you want to see that. I'll see you guys all in my next video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel with that notification bell if you're new. I'll see you on my next one. Peace out.